Today, we bring you breaking news that is giving hope to communities long affected by banditry in Nigeria. Residents are celebrating as troops successfully push back bandit groups in several affected areas, and voices like Sheikh Ahmad Gumi have responded to the situation, adding context to what is unfolding. You know what to do. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel so you stay updated with all the latest news. Over the past few days, the Nigerian military operating under coordinated anti-bandit campaigns has intensified actions in multiple states. Troops have conducted targeted raids on bandit hideouts, recovering weapons, destroying camps, and rescuing people who were previously in danger. These operations have been successful enough to allow communities that lived in fear to begin returning to normal life. Residents in several towns have expressed relief and gratitude, showing that when security forces act decisively, it can make a real difference on the ground. The response from Sheikh Gumi has added another layer to this story. While controversial at times, he continues to advocate for dialogue in the pursuit of peace. He emphasizes that communication with armed groups, when done responsibly and in consultation with authorities, can complement military operations and reduce violence in the long term. Many see his involvement as a sign that combining strategic dialogue with security measures may be key to lasting peace. However, while today brings relief and celebration, it is important to remain cautious. Banditry is a deeply rooted problem, often fueled by poverty, unemployment, and social marginalization. Military operations can suppress violence temporarily, but the underlying issues remain. Analysts warn that unless there is consistent follow-up, support for affected communities, and investment in long-term social solutions, bandit groups may regroup or shift their activities to new areas. It's crucial to understand what this means for Nigerians watching at home. This recent success by the troops is a reminder that security forces are committed to protecting lives and property, and communities can feel safer. But it is equally a call for vigilance. Residents, local leaders, and authorities must continue to work together to sustain these gains and prevent future attacks. You might be wondering, what exactly are the people saying? Across affected towns, celebrations are low-key but meaningful. People are returning to markets. Schools are reopening in some areas, and daily activities are resuming. It's a small but important step toward normalcy. This shows that when security is restored, even temporarily, the social and economic life of communities begins to thrive again. Don't forget, if you find this report insightful, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It helps us bring you more updates like this. Now, some people may question the strategy of combining dialogue with military operations. This is where figures like Sheikh Gumi come into play. His approach has drawn criticism from some who feel a negotiation with armed groups is dangerous. Others believe it is necessary to engage in constructive dialogue alongside forceful interventions. The debate is ongoing, and it highlights the complexity of addressing banditry in Nigeria. Peace is not just about eliminating threats. It's about addressing why these threats exist in the first place. In recent operations, troops have not only neutralized bandit leaders, but also disrupted supply lines, seized illegal weapons, and restored order in previously abandoned villages. These successes are visible and tangible. Communities can now breathe, move freely, and start rebuilding. This practical impact on everyday life is what makes these operations important and why residents are celebrating. Still, let's remember, no operation is without challenges. Security forces must balance aggression with caution to avoid unintended harm. This requires precision, intelligence, and continuous monitoring. Civilians are always at the center of these efforts, and their safety must remain the priority. From a broader perspective, this is a story of resilience. Nigerian communities, after years of fear, are seeing moments of hope. Troops are showing effectiveness, and voices advocating for peace, like Sheikh Gumi, are contributing to dialogue. The combination of action and conversation may be what helps prevent future violence. And for us reporting to you, it's a reminder that even in challenging circumstances, progress is possible. You should also note that these developments have caught national attention. Leadership at the highest levels is monitoring the situation closely, with commitments to further strengthen security forces and support affected regions. There is now a renewed focus on ensuring that the gains achieved by troops are consolidated and expanded, creating safer environments for all residents. If you are watching this, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. It ensures you won't miss further developments as they happen. Communities themselves are key actors in this story. Local leaders, youth groups, and residents are all participating in ensuring safety. They collaborate with security forces, provide intelligence, and support rescued individuals. This cooperative effort underscores the fact that security is a shared responsibility, and lasting peace requires everyone's participation. We can also reflect on the symbolic meaning of celebration. It is not just joy, it is relief, it is hope, it is recognition that the tide may be turning. Even small victories matter greatly to people who have endured hardship. Seeing their children return safely to school, seeing markets reopen, and seeing law enforcement present in their communities brings a sense of security that is invaluable. Now, if we look at the bigger picture, this is part of a larger national effort to address insecurity. Policies are being reviewed, additional resources are being deployed, and partnerships with community leaders are being strengthened. The goal is not just to respond to incidents, but to build sustainable systems that prevent them. For viewers at home, this is a signal that positive change is happening, and with the collective effort, more victories are possible. Before I continue with more details, I want to remind everyone once again, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. This helps us bring you these live, accurate, and insightful news updates that keep you connected with what is happening in your country. Residents report that the presence of troops has reduced anxiety in their towns. Where there was once silence from fear, there is now activity. Streets that were empty because people were hiding from potential raids are slowly becoming lively again. This change brings hope, but it also requires the community to remain alert and proactive. Collaboration between residents and security forces is essential for maintaining these gains. Sheikh Gumi's response continues to resonate in many areas. He has reiterated that while he engages with bandit groups for dialogue, he does not condone their criminal actions. His focus remains on reducing violence and protecting lives, which aligns with the goals of the military. For some viewers, this may seem controversial, but in complex situations like these, multiple strategies often work together to achieve lasting peace. The combination of action and conversation is one of the key reasons communities are beginning to celebrate. Let's also talk about the operations themselves. Troops have carried out coordinated attacks on bandit camps, often based on precise intelligence. They have neutralized several bandit leaders, recovered weapons, and confiscated stolen goods. This not only prevents immediate threats, but also disrupts the network that allows these groups to operate. These are not random acts of force. They are planned, strategic interventions aimed at restoring order and giving communities a chance to breathe. However, we must understand that the fight is not over. Banditry is a systemic issue, and while military operations provide relief, they do not solve the root causes. Factors such as lack of education, limited economic opportunities, and social marginalization continue to fuel the cycle of crime. Communities, government agencies, and civil society must work together to create long-term solutions. The goal is to not only stop violence, but prevent it from returning.